Ladies and gentlemen, would you please make welcome a magnificent young woman, Grace Kennedy. She's travelled from Shellharbour to be with us today to share her story. She's been supported by Sony Foundation with over 200 nights of accommodation whilst being treated for brain cancer here in Sydney. And welcome to Grace's mum, Tracy, sitting down here, to Dad, Ian, and to her brothers, Jacob and Matthew. Front row seats to support your beautiful sister and daughter. Please welcome Grace.
It was September 2023. I was studying event management and tourism at TAFE. I was working casually at my retail job and loving it. I was going on picnics, making cakes for friends' birthdays, reading countless books, and buying copious amounts of concert tickets. At the start of a regular shift at work, I felt very faint, and after 15 minutes, I felt so unwell that I had to go home. In the days that followed, I continued to feel dizzy and faint and booked an appointment with my GP. She suggested it was vertigo and sent me home with some exercises to help. After 2 more weeks of growing dizziness and sleepless nights, I contacted my GP and asked if there were any more tests we could run. I am forever grateful she listened and referred me for an MRI. I knew something was wrong after they pulled me out of the machine 5 minutes in. We were told there was something on the scan and that we had to get to Wollongong Emergency as fast as we could. We then had an agonising wait to see a doctor when we arrived at emergency. I was told I had a brain tumour in a staff kitchenette, as there were no beds, chairs, or consulting rooms available. I could only smile and nod, the weight of the doctor's words not sinking in. My dad was at my side trying to hold it together for the both of us. Meanwhile, my mum was speeding to come be with me. Prior to my brain surgery, I was told that the tumour had metastasised down my spine and it didn't look good. I felt so relieved on waking after my operation, but the feeling didn't last long. I will never forget the doctors' faces when my tumour results came in. It was an aggressive and fast-growing stage 4 medulloblastoma. I was terrified. No one knew what treatment to undertake, as this was a rare cancer found primarily in children aged 7 to 12. It was extremely rare to be found in a 20-year-old. I felt like my life was over before it had begun. Luckily, someone at Wollongong Hospital knew of a doctor in Sydney that had treated children with this cancer. I then travelled to Sydney, terrified at what this doctor would say. Once I had met with the incredible Dr. Ryan, she explained the protocol and was confident in the planned treatment. I felt the most secure having all my treatment in Sydney, where there was a team that understood my type of cancer, but this meant having to travel more than 4 hours each day for radiotherapy and being alone in a hospital bed far away from home and family for chemo. My family was committed to get me the best treatment, but the price of petrol alone would be far beyond what we could afford. This is when we were told about the Sony Foundation. We couldn't believe it. A bright light had appeared through all the darkness ahead. I was asked if I wanted to undergo an IVF cycle. I said yes, but at 20 years old, it was something I didn't think I would ever have to worry about. I remember constantly thinking, will all the needles even be worth it? Will I be alive to see these eggs become my babies? I then started daily radiotherapy. This included my head being bolted down to a table as my brain and spine were hit with the largest dose of radiation you could receive. I was nauseous and exhausted each day. This is also when I lost my hair. With each treatment, I felt I lost more and more of myself. To put it simply, my next treatment was hell. Chemo saw me in a ward with much older patients. I felt so out of place. Always being nauseous led to being unable to eat, and therefore I had to receive my nutrition through an IV. I felt so alone and isolated as I was not allowed outside the ward. I became practically bedbound, having to fight raging infections and waking up to see the same four walls each day. Each day I grew sicker, and by the end of my third round of chemo, I almost refused further treatment. I had nothing left to give. It was only through the knowledge that I would have my mum with me each day and my dad each night that I was able to complete treatment. The support of You Can Stay is why I stand before you today. It created a safe and secure environment away from the hospital. It meant my mum was able to be with me each day. Through every needle, infection, and unknown, I had my friends and family close. I wish more people knew what youth cancer feels like. It is watching your friends race ahead in life and signing your name to allow treatment that could kill you. It's feeling your life slip through your fingers like sand. It's being called a young adult and feeling nothing more than a small child. I am happy to share with you today that I have been cancer-free for 6 months now. This does not mean that my cancer journey is over. I am still battling neuropathy in my feet, making it difficult to walk and consistent brain fog. The intensity of the radiation I received means I may never have a full head of hair again. I have come to realise that everything is an unknown, but that doesn't mean I have to be afraid. Cancer has given me such a unique perspective on life and made my faith stronger than ever. The scars from my cancer journey will be permanent, and even though they are fresh now, I hope they never fade away, as my scars will always remind me to continue to be empathetic and kind, as you never know what someone is going through. Thank you for allowing me to share my story, and please give generously to the Sony Foundation and the UCAN program so that all youth cancer patients will be as supported as I was. Thank you.
Nearly 1,000 people, a standing ovation, and you could have heard a pin drop. Come in, Grace. You mentioned event management. We probably have some contacts here. Would you like to pursue that as a career?
Absolutely.
Come in close.
Absolutely. I just love it.
Well, where's Sophie Ryan? We can organise that, can't we? We'll get you an internship with an events company, okay?
Thank you so much.
Now, you mentioned your beautiful family here, Mum's sobbing. Dad, I had a great chat to before the lunch, and he works in a warehouse down at Wollongong, but he'd drive up every single night, wouldn't he, to be by your side.
He's the best dad in the world, truly.
He
does everything for us. Thank you, Dad and Mum.
And the brothers.
And my brothers. Yeah, they're good too.
Good on you. And thank you, Quest. I know Grace was able to have her 21st birthday in the apartment, weren't you, with your friends, and you had a nice green cake.
Yes.
Good on you. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please thank Grace?